Yes, it's back for more. The wubbiest thing to happen to Borderlands since Borderlands. Hello, this is VGA with a first look and review of Borderlands 2, the sequel to the genre-bending, absolutely absurd first game. Hailed for its graphical style, outrageous narrative, and massive replayability, Borderlands went on to become the best game of 2009 for many gamers. Nearly 3 years later, enter its much-hyped sequel, Borderlands 2. Running on the same heavily modified Unreal 3 engine, on a base level, this game includes many graphical improvements over the original, allowing for more lush, vibrant environments on the alien planet of Pandora. It's also worth noting that PC gamers with NVIDIA cards will have access to some of the best physics ever implemented in a game. The bump in graphics is noticeable from the start, and the game is so well optimized, even my lowly 560 can handle it. Right from the start, some of the more drastic changes from Borderlands 1 become apparent. Among these is the inclusion of bandit weapons, supplanting S&S from its predecessor, which provide a stylistic departure from the futuristic weapons of other corporations in both games. Also apparent is the new focus on keeping guns unique. Gone are the days of yet another Fire 1 repeater showing up. Gun diversity was what kept Borderlands fun far after the first Cromer axe kill. Thankfully, among other changes, the game now comes packaged with a newly streamlined UI, making tasks much easier and more visually appealing, albeit a tad nauseating. Inventory management for the first game, especially on PC, became tiresome, and many a gamer's enter keys are still recovering from double pressing for everything. Among other smaller improvements, the newly staged battles feel much harder from the last game, and the new enemy types require quick thinking. Of course, Borderlands 2 isn't just aesthetics, it expands on the storyline and environment of the previous game. As mentioned, environments feel much more lush, which may also be attributed to the greater diversity of areas, as opposed to the original choice between a desert, a grey desert, and a tundra. Battles take place in caustic craters, icy mountains, and urban areas built by the game's main antagonist, Handsome Jack of the Hyperion Corporation. Handsome Jack brings new, perceptible conflict to Borderlands 2, and serves as a driving element in the newly imagined plot. Handsome Jack also serves as an outlet for the full brunt of Gearbox's writing talent, delivering brilliant quips nearly up to the caliber with the antagonist from Portal or Paper Mario. A new expanded currency system, more non-gear weapon slots, and more talents add a sense of customizability to the game, which truly shines when paired with the epic gun diversity. No two playthroughs will be alike. That being said, this same customizability can also become frustrating down the line if one's unlucky on the draw and doesn't have a knack for weapon farming. Enemies are now much smarter due to somewhat hit-or-miss AI, and guns have a much more perceptible recoil from the first game, making the game sometimes frustrating when a rolling psycho evades your mule of an SMG, and sometimes more immersive as enemies no longer bum rush in straight even lines. For dedicated superfans, pre-order bonuses included a special relic which helps with item farming, a few bonus golden keys, free access to the first DLC, and a few guns to help with the game's exposition. Overall, this thrilling sequel keeps true to the first game and bolsters the game's complexity and customizability. Though some annoyances still exist in the game, like its linearity until around level 10, frustrating combat at times, and less than useful manufacturer perks, it manages to take 3 steps forward despite 1 step back. On the VGA official arbitrary 1-point scale, we give it a current of 12 volts, 80 milliamps. In watts.